temperature was in the mid-90s, wasn't any wind blowing, and needless to say, the action was, it was really slow. And that particular day, we started by daylight. We tried top water, we tried everything, spinner baits, crankbaits, and nothing seemed to work. And about mid to late morning, he said, "Tell you what, let's do, old boy. I got a place. Let's try some sandy banks with plastic worms." So we did that. In the next 45 minutes to an hour, he caught 7 or 8 bass to my one. And back then I was about half scatterbrained and not nearly as observant as I should have been. So I really wasn't paying too close attention to what Mr. Jimmy was doing. But I remember he kept telling me to slow down a little, but it went through one ear and out the other. But after he set the hook on the next bass, this half-baked brain of mine told me to turn around and ask him what was going on. Well, we were using the same length worm, the same color, fishing I was even in the front of the boat, fishing the same, as I said, same color, length worm, same color, fishing the same depth, same way, same rod, same everything. And he kind of laughed at me and he said, "No, you're wrong. You're right about all of it except one thing. We're actually not fishing the same way. I'm dead sticking it." And I said, "You're what?" He said, I said, "What did you just say? Say that again." He said, "I'm dead sticking it." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "I'm not even moving the worm at all." And I went, "Oh, that's new to me. I've never heard of anything like that." And he said, "Bill, I'm casting it out, I'm letting it settle, and I'm not even moving it. I'm just letting it sit there on the bottom, totally motionless." And I said, "Well, how long you let it sit there without moving it?" He said, "This morning, I'm letting it sit there sometimes as long as 20 to 30 seconds. But I have let it sit there as long as 2 minutes." I went, "Boy, I'll tell you what, the day I ain't got any patience. The day I let a worm sit there 2 minutes, blow my brains out." I said, 2 minutes? He also told me, he said, "I want you to remember something." He said, "When fish, like the bass, are inactive, I can't tell you the number of bass that I've caught using this technique. It works. It really, really works. And let me tell you something. When using a plastic worm, you better believe this. Since that time, I can't tell you the number of fish I have caught of it. Like today, we're using it, and you can see the fish we're catching by dead sticking and using Mr. Jimmy's technique. It works."